Hello, everyone. The British Pokemon League Season 3 has started. We have got our teams and we have got our schedule. Commentary by Aaron and Crizzle for Shizzle. As you can see, we don't know shit. Chris, say hello.
Hello.
Awesome, man. So, how are you feeling about the picks you got?
Oh man, this is gonna be the most fun league in the history of fun leagues.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Uh,
gonna, it's gonna be absolutely wild. Um, yeah, I can just see it being carnage. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of like, I don't even know what this Pokemon does every now and again, you know?
yeah,
I'm speaking from from my perspective as well. Like, there's some Pokemon that some guys have picked where I'm like, what the hell does that do again? I can't even remember.
yeah. You'd be sitting there and you'd be thinking, yeah, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, and then all of a sudden, bam, something's got to follow me, and you're like, yeah,
Yeah, it's got a move where you're like, oh no, okay, not great. Yeah, very interesting picks. Let's jump straight into the teams that have been chosen, shall we? So,
yeah,
starting off with California Bastiodons. Bastodian. No, it's not Bastiodons. It's Bastodians, isn't it?
yeah.
Bastod.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Look at that. Not a
Sorry
great
if I
start.
butchered your name already.
Bastodians. There we go. At least I clocked onto it. I clocked onto it. So yeah. What are your thoughts on Omar's team?
Ah, he stuck to type. He stuck to what he knew
Yeah.
in season two.
Yeah.
Um, that's and the very first thing you see and everybody else sees is he's got three Pokemon with the exact same typing,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I mean, it sounds like I'm going to start ragging on him in a minute, but it's not. It's not that. I'm just giving my honest opinion.
Mm.
But three Mons, all the same types. Fair enough, they all do slightly different jobs.
Yeah.
It's he hasn't covered the weaknesses well.
No.
Is what I can
Um,
say.
I do worry for his team because of yeah, just like you said, the weaknesses like Jirachi, Solgaleo, and Metagross. It's just I know that Riolu can get Rain Dance up to help with fire. However, it can't help against the ghost and the dark types and the ground types. Let's not forget as
Ground
well.
and ground types,
Yeah.
and on top of that, he's also drafted two ghost fire types,
Yes. Yeah.
also
He
weak
has.
to
Yeah.
ground
And
and
ghost.
ghost
Yeah.
and dark.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be really tough for Omar to like work around other people's teams and what they're gonna utilize against him. I think.
yeah,
Um, I mean, if he pulls it off, granted, it's like hats off to him. But I just think it's gonna be a real hard season for him
yeah,
because when I saw he picked Solgaleo, I was like, okay, cool. It's basically Metagross, but you can't you can't physically lower that thing's stats unless
cool.
you got Wheezing. Um, but you just can't do it. You can't drop that thing's stats at all. So um, I was like, okay, cool. And then I saw he picked up Jirachi, and I was like, okay, all right, another steel and psychic type, not great, but okay. And then he picked up the Metagross, and I was like, oh no, what's going on? Um, I don't know. I do like the team. Don't get me wrong. I really like the team. I like how he's got the Aerodactyl back again, and the Chandelure. Um, he's picked up Garchomp, which I think's an amazing Pokemon as well. Um, but I just worry about the amount of weaknesses he has with his like solid core. You know, like
Yeah,
Jirachi, Solgaleo, Metagross are predominantly his main core. So yeah, that does worry me a bit, but I do like the team. I like Jirachi. Jirachi's great. Serene Grace is a pretty cool ability as well. He has got Riolu to help out with prankster stuff like coaching or, um, like I said, rain dance. I don't think you would want Sunny Day. Well, maybe for Chandelure or Blacephalon, but yeah,
yeah. I I'm struggling with the team a bit. I've
Yeah,
seen it, and on top of all this, we know how big Fake Out is going to be this season,
yeah, yeah.
especially with no Dynamax, and he doesn't have a Mon with Fake Out, which
No.
I've yeah, I think honestly, when it comes to those mid-season trades, he's going to have to look at what's done well for him and what hasn't.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
I think so.
um, just to comment on the Charger bug, I don't know what that thing's doing in this team.
Do you know, like I was wondering that as well, but it must be for something. It must be because Omar has picked the same thing for his UGA team. He picked up Charger Bug for UGA, his team there. So it must do something within this team that I just can't see. It must.
I'm just trying to see what its ability does because
Battery. I believe it. Mm, I can't actually remember. Is it if you use electric type attacks on it, it boosts its special attack? I think.
so it apparently it boosts allied Pokemon's special attack by
Ah,
30%.
that's right. Yeah. So it actually
And
boosts the other Pokemon.
yeah, but if you look at his special attackers,
Yeah, yeah. They're they're not really going to use electric type moves, are they?
yeah,
Yeah.
his best special attack is 110 or 113 Soul Galleon.
Yeah. I was going to say, oh, is it? I thought Blacephalon's pretty damn high, isn't it?
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah,
bless
yeah.
him.
151. Yeah.
So if
But
and Chandelure. So if he's using
yes, yeah.
alongside that, that's probably good. But
Yeah.
I it, it sticks out quite sore in
Yeah.
a very physical team.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's got a very physical team actually as well, like you said. So that's a bit of a worry as well because
yeah,
you kind of want a balance of the two. But he's like very heavy in physical attack.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it is a cool team. I do like it, but I worry that he's going to struggle so much against those dark and ghost types in particular.
yeah.
Um, uh,
It's the darks and the ghost types that are flying around. Not only that, but the ground types as well.
yeah,
So,
exactly,
um,
exactly.
and someone always will be carrying some of those moves. So
They
it's,
will. Yeah,
um,
you've got to. Yeah,
I think if he gets to the halfway point, he should then be looking at what can I trade out in this team.
yeah,
See
changing
what
things up a bit.
definitely see what is doing well for him, what's not doing so well, and what can go, what can stay.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
but yeah, essentially having five Mons very similar to each other
Mhm.
is
Yeah,
a slight issue.
yeah, it
But
is.
that said, he's got two decent tailwind setters.
He has,
Uh,
and he's
he,
got decent trick room setters.
yeah, he's got decent trick room setters. He's mostly going to be wanting to stop trick room, which he's got to hand as well. So
He has, yeah. So that is actually a plus.
abs-
And actually, he's got Comfy. Like when most people think of Comfy, they constantly go straight to weakness policy procking. But
yeah,
for me, that's not what Comfy's about. Comfy is about making sure that the bulky Pokemon next to it keeps on surviving with all those floral healing that it does. That's the one thing that people like forget that Comfy does best, you know. And Omar has got two of the bulkiest Pokemon with Solgaleo and Metagross. They're so bulky, so you know, Comfy's a great pick.
yeah, it's a fantastic pick. It's gonna be around to keep those Mons alive.
Yeah,
And it's going to be a case of what's your worst, what's your choice? Do you want the guy or the mon that is going to hit you and hit you hard, or
yeah,
you want the thing that's supporting it gone?
yeah.
But then you're going to get hit hard by the thing it's supporting anyway.
Exactly, yeah. And actually, a lot of people tend to forget as well. This is like Series 10. So you're not really going to be doing that much policy procking because
Yeah,
you want to do better things than that. You know, as a Dynamax format, it was super good, of course. But as a non-Dynamax, you don't really want to be doing that.
yeah,
But
yeah,
but yeah, let's jump over to the next team. Overall, with California Bastiodons, really good, but I worry. I worry for him.
yeah.
So
Same.
next team, Long Island Goomies. Now I was super surprised when Silly started, doing the picks because they were so good. Like the picks are so good. I really like this team. Like really
I,
like it.
I am in the same boat. I really like it. I have to respect it.
Yeah. Uh,
But the coach is still silly, and he's still still types of tax twos, so I don't know what.
yeah, I mean, do you know what? He's picked up Xerneas. I was gonna, as we all know, I was gonna pick up Xerneas to begin with, but I decided against it because I haven't really practiced that much with it, and I wanted something that I'm more comfortable with. So I went with something else. But yeah, so he's picked Xerneas, super good legendary Pokemon. He has got the redirection there. If people have forgotten, that Blastoise does have Follow Me now. So because it's in the national dex, so therefore it gets to follow me. So he has got that redirection there, um, and pretty good redirection actually. You know, Blastoise is pretty damn bulky. You've got to use like a grass or electric type against it in order to deal enough damage.
Yeah, yeah. I completely agree.
Hmm.
That Blastoise is gonna be a tank to take care of. Not
Yeah,
only that, but he's got a really good fire water grass core going on there.
he has. Yeah,
Um,
and he's
with
got the
Ice and
Fairy Dragon Steel as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, I really like this team. He's got the Intimidator from Arcanine. Arcanine's bulky and it can do a lot of good things. It's kind of like a similar to Entei, really. It just doesn't get inner focus. But
mm,
yeah, I just really like this team. Mega Salamence as well, super good mega pick. Um, really consistent and aerialate. If those of you who do not know what this does, it makes all normal type moves into flying type moves, and it boosts them by 30%.
yeah.
Yep,
30%.
30%. So cool ability. You know, he doesn't. Oh no, he does. Sorry, he has two other flying types. So you know they can use quick attack or anything like that. Kamala with its normal type attacks can be flying instead. So yeah, something to look for. Um, Oricario, Oricorio. He went with the regular Oricorio. Those of you who don't know, you can get different forms of the bird, but he's gone with this one. Um, I haven't really used it that much to know enough about it. I was surprised that he picked it because he did pick up Talonflame, and it's the exact same typing. But I don't know. What do you think?
Um, I, I think it's one of those picks where he's just like, oh, that do.
Yeah,
Sort.
yeah.
I don't
I don't
see
think he was
what
bothered.
he
Yeah.
does. One thing I am surprised about is he went for the Wormadam sand form.
Yes.
Personally, I really think he should have gone with the steel form.
Yeah.
It would have covered up another weakness for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's silly at the end of the day. He'll do what he wants to do.
Yeah. He will. Yeah. He'll think of something.
Yeah.
I mean, as you can see, like on the table there below where the weaknesses are, there are quite a few like super weaknesses, shall we say, like with the 4 times amount to weak to type ins. Debris Loom being 4 times weak to flying, Talonflame being 4 times weak to rock, as is Oricorio, and then Carbink to steel and Salamence to ice. Mega Salamence, should I say. So this is something that I think Silly needs to be very mindful of when he's going up against opponents.
Yeah. But that said, he's got some pretty good switch-ins to
He has,
some
yeah,
of these mons. I mean, like, if he wants, he can do an ally switch with Mence and avoid a still an ice attack
yeah,
or something along that lines. He's got options there. I think he's pretty good with what he's got there. So
yeah, yeah. I agree. And uh, Breloom, pretty good pick. It's grass and fighting type. Technician ability, which is very good. Effect Spore is okay. Poison Heal, not that great. He'll probably be using Technician more than anything I could imagine.
yeah, I can
Um,
imagine that thing being in tailwind and sporing things to
yeah, most
uh,
definitely.
being the fastest spore when you so
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Empoleon, really cool Pokemon. I love its typing, water, steel. Defiant ability as well. Let's not forget. So if anyone is thinking about bringing some intimidators, you might be wary of that thing with Defiant.
Yeah.
Um,
I do think it's one mon though that probably regrets not having competitive over Defiant, but
yeah, yeah,
it
it is a
is what
shame. Yeah,
it's a scary mon. If you give it +1 or a +2, you definitely better
yeah, yeah,
watch out.
yeah, exactly. So overall, I really like City's team. I think I put him in, one of my votes for the top teams. I think he's got a really solid um, team here. Maybe a couple of trades would be good in the mid-season, I think. Um, but or at the end, do we do it at the end? At the end of the season.
We do it mid-season.
Mid-season, yeah. So I think there's a couple of things he could maybe tweak, like you said, like the Norberdom Sandy. I don't think it should be there, but maybe he can surprise us with something with it.
He's been talking about it all pre-season. So
Yeah, he has. So he might actually have something up his sleeve that we just don't know about,
or he might be deciding to attack ghost types with normal moves. Who knows?
Yeah, actually, that's true. Yeah, yeah. But no, solid team. Like he's got a decent tailwind setter with Talonflame. Actually, Oricario can do it as well. And Salamence.
Yeah, he's got 3 tailwind users. He's got a trick room user as well.
Yeah, that's Carbink. Yeah, pretty good trick room user.
Yeah, and it's got sturdy, so
yeah,
it's hard to stop that thing setting up trick
Yeah,
room.
yeah. But no, I think he's done well. I think he's done well with all his picks, personally.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see Kamala, what he does with Kamala, because I love that thing. So I'm super excited about that. Cool. So, Knights of Sodonia. I can't remember whose team this is. Christ. Whose team? Jabba. Yeah, sorry. Everyone, like, some people changed their names, didn't they? And we've got some new guys as well, so I'm trying to remember. But yeah, Jabba's team. What do you think?
It's okay.
Yep.
He's got a trick room mode. He's got fast mode. He can activate Tailwind.
Mm-hmm.
He's got quite a few mons that can use Tailwind. He's obviously got priority in Fletchinder.
Yep.
Like, for someone who picked was Tyranitar his first pick?
I think so. Yeah.
I think it was. It might, if not first, it was an early pick.
It was an early pick. Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing on that team that makes Tyranitar like a first pick choice. Like, there's nothing with Sandrush.
Yeah.
There's nothing really that benefits from having Sandstorm up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your Lugia with multi-scale, if you've got it out next to your Tyranitar, the multi-scale's gone after one turn. So
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, Tyranitar seems a little bit out of place to me.
I agree. I do agree with that. I was expecting a Sandrush user to join it, but nothing came, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, a little bit out of place, like you said. Lugia's quite a difficult legendary to sort of get going, but if you're not like super weak against anything of your opponent's side, then Lugia can deal some good damage, But I think what he's lacking in Legendary, he's made up for in Mega, because Mega Lucario is just super good. It's one of the best, and I love it. So he has made it up in that sort of sense.
I agree with that, definitely.
Yeah.
That thing is a tank. And
it is.
Also, it gets follow me, because
it
why
does.
not?
Yep, it does. He has got 4 steel types. That is one little bit concerning thing. Is it Mega Lucario? No, not Mega Lucario. I can't remember.
Bronzor,
that's it. Yeah. So Escavalier is like 4 times weak to it, which isn't great. He's got the Lucario, which is weak. Klefki and Superior. So that's 4 mons that are weak to fire. So he's got to be mindful of that.
The fa-
especially with the fact that he hasn't got like a drizzle mon. He has got Clef Key. Can that do?
I
Yeah,
think that,
Clef Key can do rain dance. Yep. So maybe he will use that. Um,
but at
he
the same time, unlike another team we were talking about earlier, this is balanced off because
yeah,
he's got four that are weak to fire, but he's got the four that resist fire
that's
in
true.
Granitar, Arawak,
Yeah,
Salamence, and Kingler.
yeah,
So
it's
he's
very
kind
true.
of offset that balance a
Yeah,
bit.
that's true.
Um, so this is where like I think drafting is important. Like if you get something, if you're building up weaknesses in one area, you've then got to counter those in
You have
another.
very much so. Yeah, and he has, like you said, he's got the tailwinds, like you said, very reliable tailwind setters. He's got fairly reliable trick room setter with Bronzor. Um, Marowak to help out with the lightning rod for Lugia, Fletchinder, Kingler, of course.
Mhm.
So that's another good. Yeah, to be honest, I like all of this team. It's just the Tyranitar. I'm really not sure why it's there. I
Yeah,
just, maybe the unnerve ability, maybe to stop berries, but I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, but you don't draft it so early for its unnervability, do you? So
That's true. That's true.
um, I think it might have been a case of, oh, I'll draft this, and then
Maybe he got
plan.
sniped actually. I don't know. Maybe.
It could be that, yeah, the
Yeah.
plan diverged slightly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think this is a team that could use some mid-season uh, break pickups.
Yeah. I agree.
Uh, but oh, and one other thing, it's missing fake out.
Ah, you're right. There's no fake out user. Yeah. So that's going to be problematic for him.
Yeah,
He hasn't actually got a inner focus mon either. So that's usually the case. Like that, I find that if you haven't got a fake out mon or any at all, you usually want to back that up by having that inner focus mon, so that you just can't be faked out. But unfortunately, he hasn't got that there. Um, and also, unfortunately, like with Fletchinder and Lugia, if a fake out hits it, that just ruins their ability of
yeah,
Gale wins and multi scale. So something to be mindful of on his end, I think.
absolutely. And
Yeah,
unfortunately, because it is a higher priority than ally switch,
yeah,
and for me, it's not really gonna
yeah.
help
It's
one.
not. It's not. But overall, a good team. I just think that the Tyranitar is a little out of place, a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Next team is Miami Heat, season one champ, Latvian. Um, I'll kickstart. This is a very different team to what I thought Latvian was going to go with. He usually goes with like fast, heavy hitters, quick hitters, should I say. However, he's gone with quite a different approach. I mean, he's got some fast Pokemon, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It's just a very different team to what I thought he was going to go with. He's Indeedee Female is a great redirection mon, so he's got one of the best redirection there,
He's
and
got
with
the
Psychic
best
Surge, yeah.
with
Um,
and Mega Blastoise right there. So
I know
that's
he had to get it. I knew he had to get either the regular Blastoise or the Mega.
once Silly picked it turn one, I was like, that's it. Let's get him Mega.
Yeah, he had to get it. He has to get the mascot. Well, actually, Cinderace is the mascot in his image, but yeah, like Indeedee Female has got the Psychic Terrain, which in Series 10 format is so good because that just stops any fake out coming your way. Um, yeah, just amazing. I mean, he has got fake out himself with the Mega Blastoise, and I think Ambipom gets it. I think, if I remember correct.
Yep, and
Um,
gets it.
yep.
Yep.
So he has got a couple of fake out mons there to use. He's got Lightning Rod from the Manectric, which was smart because of Mega Blastoise. I think it's actually just for Mega Blastoise. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Um, so I mean, but overall though, that's still good to have that Lightning Rod user because your Mega wants to get going as quick as possible.
And hit
Um,
hard. Yeah.
and hit hard. Yeah, exactly. And with that Lightning Rod ability, it just gives it less stress to think about. two inner focus Pokemon as well, which is really good with Entei and Sulk. So he doesn't have to worry about fake out there. I mean, he doesn't in general anyway with the Psychic Surge from Indeedee. But yeah, I really like it. I don't actually. The one thing I worry about is he's got dual typing. No, yeah, dual typings. Um, he's got two normal types, two electric types, and then two psychic types. That's the only thing I kind of worry about, that he's lacking in other um,
Yeah,
typings.
I'm a bit worried that he hasn't completed any of the cores.
Yeah, yeah,
Like no fairy, no steel, no grass. Um, so that's because obviously if you have those types, you can swap them in at the right time to
mhm,
either resist a move or just not be affected by a move. But
yeah, yeah,
when you don't have those types there as an option,
yeah.
it can be a problem. But
It can be, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I've seen plenty of teams like destroy other teams when they haven't got a single, fantasy core at all.
yeah,
So I don't know. Like, yeah, he hasn't got it, but maybe Latvian's got like this massive plan, and maybe the synergy is like just amazing with this team.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, there is some good synergy there.
yeah,
I'm just thinking that slacking right there next to Alakazam,
I know. Yep.
skill swap, and then you've got a fast, scary slacking.
Slacking, yeah, and slacking can hit like a truck. Those of you who don't know, slacking has a base attack stat of 160. That is one of the highest base stats I think in the all the games with a
Yeah,
Pokemon. Ridiculous HP base stat as well, and defense. Um, but yeah, it's such a scary Pokemon, slacking. Um, he has got Volbeat for priority Tailwind, which is always good.
hmm
Or if he wants, he can change it to a Illuminate Volbeat. Um, Ambipom, really strong as well. Technician is a really good ability on it. Um, and its
those two
attack
great.
stat is good.
hmm
Yeah.
Overall, good team.
Yeah,
Team.
overall good team. I think he might need to change a few things here and there on
Yeah,
the trades. I do. But overall, I like his legendary Giratina as well. If he can get Trick Room up, Giratina can do some real damage. Who is this? Has he got Trick Room?
Alakazam's his only Trick Room user.
It is actually, yeah, you're right. So Alakazam is the only Trick Room user. I know that Giratina does prefer to be in Trick Room, but it can work outside of it. So, well, actually, no. Sorry, Giratina's like 90, isn't it?
Yeah, 90. 90. So I mean, it's got you put Tailwind in that, and
Yeah, yeah. So actually, Giratina doesn't really need Trick Room. So
and it's like his slowest mon is Mega Blastoise at 78, and then all is
yeah,
above 85 after that.
yeah. I think we all know that Latvian does like his fast, hard-hitting Pokemon.
Yeah,
And actually, when you look at this team, it is very much that. It's very much I'm going to hit you hard and fast, quick. So you've either got to catch up with me or do Trick Room. Um, yeah. But overall, I do like this team. I just worry that he's going to get stuck here and there with the type-ins. That's all. But we'll see. We'll see. So, next team is your team, South Croydon Saurs. What was your thought process when you was making your picks though with this team?
so obviously I went with Kyogre first.
Yep.
Get it out of the way. So then I needed some weather mons
Mhm.
to help that out. But priority was get Tailwind up because
Yeah.
I'm going to be water spouting for days if I can.
Yeah.
The next two mons to come out were Torracat. I needed that Intimidator, and
Mhm.
I think he's the best fire type in Rain
Yeah.
because I'm not really going to use him for fire moves. He's pure support, fake out, parting shot, taunt, whatever I need to come from it, and it's faster than Incineroar. And thanks to Eevee, like it can be a bit bulkier than Incineroar as well.
Yeah. It can
Uh,
be. It can be.
so that was my thought process there.
Mhm.
And then obviously I needed Whimsicott because I needed the Tailwind to go alongside Kyogre.
Mhm.
yeah, and then the team sort of molded around that.
Yeah.
I straight away I thought I need at least 3 fake out mons.
Mhm.
When I got Torracat, indeed he came along, psychic terrain, but I could fake out any flying types.
Yep.
And then Raichu, great support for Kyogre.
Yep. It truly
Yeah.
is.
So, I mean, and then it's just kind of once I had that support around Kyogre, which I needed,
Mhm.
Indeedee, Raichu, Torracat, Wims,
Yep.
then it was just drafting ones that can hit hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where the rest eventually all came in.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, like when you was making your picks, I was kind of like in and out of like looking at all everyone's picks, you know, when we was doing the draft, and I knew that he was going for no ogre, and when I saw Raichu, I was like, yeah, very solid Pokemon to bring with Kyogre. It just stops that electric type attacks, you know, keeps it safe. And then I do like the levitate with Weezing. I do like levitate with Hydreigon as well because that can protect Mega Aggron. You can do a switch. Or with Honchkrow as well, for example, you can make that switch so that the ground type attack doesn't hit you. You've got I think you got pretty much all the typings, if I can see. That is pretty much all of them.
Yeah,
Maybe
like, I'm
maybe missing a couple here and there, but overall, most are there. Ghost. Okay, so Ghost isn't there. But yeah, like I think this is a solid team. Like you said, Torracat is probably one of the better fire types in Rain because you can sort of Pine Shot out. You can even U-turn out if you want to do it that way. And Intimidate is always good as well. Conkeldurr, I'm really surprised that Conkeldurr isn't seen more in Series 10 because Conkeldurr is so good in that format. I'm really surprised that it's not used more.
Well,
Because
once me and Michelle went, Conkeldurr was my backup.
yeah, yeah,
Of it, it's got wide and it's just so bulky.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, there was one. I was surprised with the Whimsicott. I thought you would have gone with Torn.
Yeah.
So how
Everyone
comes you went with Whims instead?
ended up going with Wims because it completed my cause
Mm,
slightly better.
okay,
It was one less mon in my cause.
okay.
But also fake tears.
Ah, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because that's what I mean. Like, I knew about the fake tears, but then I thought actually, what Torn gets Rain Dance though, whereas Whimsicott doesn't. So I thought, would that? Do you think? Did you think about the Torn with the Rain Dance?
I thought about it.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I've still got loads of mons there that still set up Rain Dance.
Yeah, that's
None
true. That's true.
priority, but
Yeah.
a lot of us can get it going.
Yeah. I mean, you got like you said, none of them are priority. However, like Raichu, for example, is like 110 base speed stat, so it's pretty quick. Raichu's a great supporting mon in your team. Yeah, really great pick. Hydreigon, really good pick. Underrated, I think, personally. Mega Aggron. I've never actually used Mega Aggron, but I'll be looking forward to seeing what you do with it.
Yeah, I got some plans for
Yeah.
Mega Aggron.
It's smart though. It's a steel type in the rain, so very smart choice. Yeah. But yeah, Honchkrow. I've actually never played with Honchkrow. I've played more with Murkrow in my past experience, but it gets Moxie, which is cool.
Yeah, I ended up getting Honchkrow just because I needed a D tier and a D
Yeah.
tier dark type.
Yeah.
Does well against other opponents here.
Mm. Yeah. Overall, I really like this team. Yeah, I really like it. And Kyogre is always a force to be reckoned with. It's always the case with Kyogre. You either need that super strong grass type or that super strong electric type. And then of course with Raichu, you're trying to like predict when that thing's gonna come in or if it stays in or whatever. So yeah, I like it. I like this team.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Shadow Kings, Dogsy. His team. What do you reckon?
When I saw Illumise go, I was like, this is the guy. Get Darkrai with it.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's got the
Yeah,
Illumizi.
he's got the prankster suite sent to half your evasion, and then he's
Yeah,
tried to put you to sleep. So it's like, oh god,
yeah,
this team is gonna be the team.
yeah. So Darkrai's a bit of a pain, bit of a pain. But and yeah, like you said, especially with that Illumizi. Um, yeah, it's just really scary Pokemon. That duo in general. Illumise can of course get Tailwind up as well if it wants to. Um, it does do some other shenanigans as well with like Prankster. It can get Sun Up, I think, and Rain, which brings me on to the two Sandrush, Swift Swim users. That's probably where he was going with that. So that's very smart on Dogsy's end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, and both decent actually. Both very decent Swift Swim Pokemon. I'm going to be using Beartic myself in the UGA. So, yeah. Gastrodon, solid water type. With that Storm Drain ability, can be a nuisance. However, I don't. Who is weak against water? It is actually only a Stunkfisk, so I'm not sure what his thinking was with Gastrodon. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
it is a bit out of place
Yeah. Um,
in this team.
because it kind of like counteracts what you want to do with Dreadnought and Beartic, because they're both Swift Swim users, and you want to be using water type attacks, but then you've got Gastrodon. So I don't know. Maybe he's got a plan, and he's got Greninja actually, for that matter.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know why Gastrodon, but maybe he's got something up his sleeve with it.
yeah. I mean, it could do. It could do. It's as you say, it's not really protecting anything by being there.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
I'm not sure. That's definitely one I'd be looking to trade at the halfway point.
Hmm.
And we haven't even spoken about Mega Kangaskhan sitting there at the end.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, one of the best megas, um, Mega Kangaskhan. Very scary. It hits so damn hard, um, and its stats are pretty good overall. I think that's why it was so good, because it was like very balanced. As you can see, it's got that 100 on defense and speed, and then 105 HP and 125 attack. So it's very balanced. Um,
And its only weakness is fighting. So
yeah, exactly. So it's a normal type, which is, yeah, not great. That actually coming to that though, that is something that I worry about with his team. That he's got so many Pokemon that are weak against fighting,
yeah,
like
yeah,
so
absolutely.
many. It's almost his whole team,
Yeah.
almost.
His whole
Um,
team, three mons, don't
yeah,
like fighting types. So
yeah. So that is one thing he really has to be careful of, because, yeah, um, if someone's got like a really strong fighting type, you're going to bring it against this team. To be honest, um, he has got the triple dark as well, which is a little bit of a worry, and triple water. Um, Necrozma, I don't know if he's got a plan with Necrozma. Maybe he just picked it because it's points.
it, yeah,
Yeah, more points
it,
to grab S tiers. Um, got Ditto, sniped me with the Ditto. I really wanted it because Ditto is super good in this format. You can just copy your opponent's Pokemon. Not only will they do like not very effective damage into you, you can also copy their ability, which is, I think abilities are like one of the biggest things in this format. So, yeah. And also, of course, if Xerneas wants to set up with Geomancy, Ditto can just come in and imposter it. So,
ruin it for days.
yep, and stick like a quick claw on it, or
Or a choice,
choice scarf. Yeah.
yeah, choice scarf, moonblast, or dazzling, everything to death.
Yeah, yeah. He has got a bishop there, which is cool because you can stop those intimidator mons from coming in.
Mhm.
However, most of his mons are predominantly special, though. Um, I think Beartic's attack, so is bishop, dreadnought. Well, actually, no, he has got a fair few physical as well.
It's pretty even.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah. So yeah, so Bishop's good there because it stops that intimidate. You know, if he's leading with it, if you've got an intimidate mon in the back, you don't really want to bring it out in front of Bishop. And actually, his other ability is also extremely good in his format in a focus, so can't be faked out.
Mhm.
But yeah, really cool team. I think he might do a couple of trades personally. Um, the one Pokemon in this team I just don't think fits is Gastrodon.
Yeah.
That's the only Pokemon I think doesn't really fit. But
I agree. I think it should be dropped for like a grass type or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Just to help some of those mons that are weak to grass.
yeah, yeah,
So you've got a switching option there.
yeah. Because he's got two Pokemon that are 4 times weak to grass, which isn't great. Yeah. So he'll have to be mindful of that as well. But no, overall, good team. Gastrodon is the only thing I would probably, if it was my team, I'd be like, actually, I'm going to trade that out. But no.
Same.
So next is Space City PC. Space City PZ, one of the new guys that's joined us, meme based. Is it just meme based? What's his full name? I forgot. I think it's meme based god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was trying to remember the last bit of it. What are your thoughts on his team?
I like it. This team looks scary.
Yeah, pretty scary. Yeah.
He's picked War Turtle again, probably your best mon to have in Sun,
Mhm.
because you're using it as a support.
Yeah.
Um, so and everything seems to have its own place. Obviously, you've got Venusaur, Field, one of the better chlorophyll users.
Yeah. Yeah.
Togekiss with some redirection going on. So if your Groundon wants to set up Sword Dance or something like that,
Yeah.
yeah, and Togekiss now gets Tailwind as well. So this
Yeah. Let's not forget that. Yeah.
worry.
Yeah.
Cherim is a brilliant D tier.
It is. Yeah. Amazing DT, especially with the Groudon.
Yeah.
Those of you who don't know, Cherim's Flower Gift ability increases your special defense and attack. Yeah, attack. So amazing. Yeah, amazing Pokemon in detail. Yeah, Umbreon, really cool. Inner focus, good ability, bulky as hell. You need a fight. You need a fighting type to get rid of it, or fairy.
Yeah, and in Moonlight, thing's gonna stick around for days.
Yeah, very much so.
66 or 75% of his HP back from one move.
Yeah. Mind Shell, extremely good. Fastest fake out user in the game. And it gets wide guard, let's not forget. And it has inner focus, so it cannot be faked out.
Yeah.
So, very good Pokemon. And it hits like a truck, let's not forget that. Very frail, but most of the time you're sticking a sash on that thing, personally.
You fake out, you wide guard, you quick guard, you
U-turn. Yeah. Oh yeah, quick guard as well. Let's not forget that. Yeah. But yeah, very good pick. Venusaur, like you said, is a very solid Pokemon in the sun. Do you know what? The only thing I was really confused about was the Charizard. So, because I think he picked the Groudon first to begin with.
Yeah.
And then he picked the Charizard. Personally, I think I wouldn't have picked that Zard because it gets the same ability. Yes, it's very different to Groudon in a lot of ways. Like, it's special, not physical. But I don't know. Personally, I just probably would have either gone with the other Charizard, X, or just pick something else. I don't know. What do you think?
I wouldn't have gone for X. I would have gone for Y. I know it's the same ability and same coverage, and I know I said earlier about having two drought setters. Being part flying is probably really helpful for this team.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not any overly ground weaknesses going on.
No.
But yeah, just being able to hit things with a stab flying move is probably going to benefit him more.
Yeah.
Than a dragon move.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know he doesn't have the dragon type coverage, but we've already seen there's quite a few teams with flying weakness.
Yeah, that's
So
very true. That's very
yeah,
true. Yeah.
I think it suits this team a little bit better. I
Mm.
mean, if he picked the Charizard X, his line probably could have become an Obstagoon or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, always with Charizard, I think the one thing you always have to be careful of are those rock type Pokemon,
Yeah,
because they would just KO you in one hit.
yeah,
Actually, not even they don't even have to be a rock type Pokemon. They could just have a rock type move. So that's something he's got to be a little mindful of. Um,
absolutely. Mhm.
Rotom Wash is a little out of place, but I understand why he's got it. I just think Rotom Wash will struggle with both Sunsetters, you know.
Mm.
Like I understand War Turtle, like you said, it's like more supporting than anything. But I think Rotom Wash will struggle a little bit with his team.
Yeah,
Maybe there was a better electric type that he could have gone for. I don't know.
I agree. I mean, for an A tier, it's kind of sitting out of place in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, when you do your drafting, you want your high tiers to all be able to mesh well together.
yeah,
Uh, that said, next to Togekiss, that thing gets the nasty plot up and
yeah,
starts discharging. It's going to be good, especially if you put that next to Groundon, because then you're not
yeah,
having you've got Disquake going on.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's the only thing I'm a little bit unsure of
Mhm.
what's actually doing in this team.
Yeah, yeah. But no, yeah, like we said, he's got a decent tailwind setter with Togekiss now. Aldazard, let's not forget. Um, and he's got Trick Room with Dusknoir.
Yeah,
So yeah, overall pretty cool team. Nice speed tiers. He's predominantly pretty damn fast. With Zard and Mind Shell. Even Linoon is pretty quick.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
overall really cool team. Um, I think it's just the Rotom Wash that I'm a bit like, okay, not sure on that one. But overall, pretty damn good.
Not sure on it, but it can work.
Yeah, it can. I think you just have to be careful when to bring your Weathermon in.
I agree.
Like, you either start off with Rotom Wash and start hitting hard, and then let it go down, and then bring in your Sun, or wait Sun out, and then bring Rotom late. Yeah, but no. Cool team. I really like it. Pretty scary, actually, this team. So, next is me.
Yeah. So why don't you tell me your thought process on it?
Uh, yeah, so I did get sniped quite a few times, which upset me because like Entei was one of them. Um, so instead, I replaced Entei with Rotom Heat. Um, Ditto was another one which I replaced with. Who did I replace Ditto with? Slash. Yep. So I replaced it with Slash. And I think there was another one that I got sniped on as well. Um, overall, I am pretty happy with this team. My first pick was Usian Ground, one of the strongest legendaries in the game, as we all know. And then what I wanted to do was build Zacian around Rain to stop any fire types. Do you know what? Let me just go back to Space City, right? I just criticized Space City for having a Rotom Wash in a Sun team, right? And I've got a Rotom Heat in a Rain team, so I can't actually comment. Kind of hypocritical there of me. But no. So yeah, I wanted to build Zacian around a Rain team. I was actually sorry, Politoed was the other snipe. So I managed to pick up Pelipper instead. Actually, to be honest, I was actually glad that I picked up Pelipper instead because it gets Wide Guard and it gets Tailwind. So two very good things there. Ludicolo is a really good Swift Swim user in the format at the moment. It gets Fake Out, it gets Giga Drain, Muddy Water. You know, with the Swift Swim ability, it makes it super fast. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's going to be actually in this scenario, it is actually a faster fake out user than Mian Shell if the rain is up. So that's something
I
to be mindful of.
Yeah, hot take. I personally think Ludicolo is the best Swift swimmer.
Yeah.
I rate it above Kingdra.
Yeah, I do. I was really toying with either Kinja or Ludi, and Ludi just came out more on top because of its move pool more than anything.
That's in Series 10 format.
Yeah, yeah.
Not in a Dynamite.
No, no. In the other format, Kinja all the way. But in this format, Ludi just, yeah, it's just better. But yeah, so got the Ludi there. I then picked up Marshadow because I thought to myself, you know what? If we're keeping this damn thing in this game, I'm having it.
I don't fight it.
Honestly, I just love it. I've played with it quite a lot in the last games, and its typing is amazing. Fighting and Ghost, and its ability is really great. Technician, so it's gonna hit hard and fast as well. It's I think 125 base speed stat, so pretty fast. So yeah, I did want something super strong to cover for the Calyrex Shadow, which I knew someone would pick up, and someone did. So I wanted to cover for that thing. Aerodactyl, Mega. To be honest, I was toying with Mega Aerodactyl and Mega Pinsir, which one to choose. In the end, I went with this one because it's a fast Tailwind user, faster than Pelipper. So that's it's not only for Tailwind, for other things as well, because it's a pretty good rock type as well. So I did want that. Hitmontop is really good for, again, fake out, and it gets Intimidate, and it gets Wide Guard and Quick Guard. So some really good stuff there from Hitmontop.
Yeah, it's on par with Mian Shao.
Yeah, yeah,
But you get the Intimidate.
exactly. Yeah. Marowak's there just to help out with the Lightning Rod ability, and in case my opponent wants to go with Trick Room, it can work in Trick Room. And it kind of just covered another type as well that I wanted. Stantler, again, another Intimidate user. Most of my team is very like Intimidate focused, but yeah, Stantler with Intimidate and Sap Zipper, let's not forget. So it can help out with Marowak. I think it's just Marowak actually. Yeah. So if I want to do that, I can go with Sap Zipper. But yeah, Intimidate user, super weak to fighting types, but it has got some really interesting moves in its move pool. More for supporting than anything, but it's a really interesting Pokemon, and it gets Trick Room, which is really weird. And then Zapdos Galar, just to put off those Pokemon that try to intimidate my Zacian with the Defiant ability. And it gets Coaching, and it's pretty damn quick, and it can hit pretty hard as well. And then Aegislash as well. I just picked Aegislash because it was a pretty cool steel type, which works in my rain, and it gets Wide Guard as well, and some priority type moves. So yeah.
Yeah, what I do find interesting is you're a rain team with a weakness to water.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the issue. Like Rotom Heat, Marowak.
And Aerodactyl.
Yeah, yeah. So I did notice that when I finished my picks. I was like, oh, actually, that's not great. Basically, I'm going to have to be mindful of which Pokemon I'm going to lead with and which Pokemon not to lead with or even bring, But yeah, I can see that being quite a big issue for me. The other issue there was something else that I picked up on, which I was like, oh, what was it? Redirection. I don't have redirection. That was the one thing that I lack in. So, yeah. I don't know what you think, though. Oh, 1 second, guys. Chris cut out. There you go. You're back on.
I'm back.
There you go. So yeah, I was just saying the one thing I don't have is redirection as well. Yeah. But no, overall, I am happy with my picks. Um, I kind of wish that I picked up a redirection mon. And actually, to be honest, I kind of wish that I didn't pick Rotom Heat in the end. I just wanted a fire type, if just to complete the core, you know.
Hmm.
But oh well, we'll see. I'll have to play around with it if I decide to bring Rotom Heat one day, you know.
Yeah, it's a mid-season trade if it's not working out, ain't it?
Exactly. Yeah. But no, that was my thought process with that team.
Yeah. Solid team, solid team. We'll see where you rank later on, won't we?
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be a very interesting season, like I said. All of this, all of these plans that I've got may not even work. So, Swindon Rookies, and this is Draco. Yeah, Draco has changed his name to Swindon Rookies, and this is his team. What do you think?
I don't know what I think. I'll be honest. I'm really not sure what I think. What I do like is he's got 4 fairy types, but he's counterbalanced their weaknesses.
Yeah, he
So
has.
he's not actually weak to what fairies are usually weak to.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, it's like another case of good team planning there.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. Yeah, like all the fairy types that are weak against steel, he's managed to counteract that with a steel type there, and Pokemon that are actually not. It's not very effective to hit them with steel type moves with
Yeah.
the 2 fire types he's got there. So yeah, smart, very smart stuff from Draco. Mega Diancie is an absolute tank. Um, yeah, it's an absolute tank. It's kind of like it's got the magic bounce ability, so you can't taunt it, you can't lower the stats with like parting shot or anything like that because it just doesn't work. Um, although saying that, actually, magic bounce will make it swap out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's always something. But yeah, with Mega Diancie, it is a bit of a pain if you do not have a steel type. You're in trouble because you need to take it out with a steel type move, because it's just too scary. You know, if it gets even like one iron defense up, it's kind of like Reggie Steel in that sense. That if it starts getting those defense boosts or special defense boosts, you're in for trouble.
Yeah, it's fast. It hits hard and it's got decent bulk.
Yeah,
Like if it wasn't a 50 HP, if it was like 70, this thing be sticking around forever.
yep, yep, very much so. I like the Tapu Koko Drift Blim sort of duo there because of the unburden. Um, I do like that. The one thing I do worry about that though is because Tapu Koko has Electric Surge. Yveltal does not like that, so he'll have to be mindful of that,
Yep.
because it will boost electric type attacks. Um, and Yveltal does not want to be hit by electric type attack, especially when he hasn't got a lightning rod user as well. But he has got Zygarde, so he could do some switches if he wanted to.
One thing to say: this Gen Cottony gets Tailwind back. So
Oh, it does, yeah, yeah,
yeah, priority Tailwind.
yep.
He's that in his team.
He has, yeah,
He's got 2 really good Tailwind setters in the Driftlin sitting next to Coco.
yeah,
Can't fake it out. It's going to be very fast.
uh-huh,
And then Cottony with the Prank Tailwind.
yeah, yeah,
Two very good.
yeah. Volcarona, really good redirection mon, really good, very good in this format. So very good fire, like flame body as well, is actually a really good ability to have because most of the like Pokemon that are gonna hit it are gonna be physical. So flame body is a really good ability. For it, I actually don't know anything about that Pokemon. I don't think I've used it at all in competitive.
All I know is it follows me.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. There we go. So another follow me user. So yeah, I didn't know that at all. Like, I know nothing about it, so I'm gonna have to research it. Yveltal is a really, really good Pokemon. Super bulky, dark type, with its ability Dark Aura, so the dark type attacks are gonna hit even harder. and it's a flying type. So yeah, I really like a Voltal. Mr. Mime, good trick room Pokemon. Can get screens up as well.
Yeah, I think he drafted it because it gets fake out wide guard and maybe quick guard.
Oh yeah, it does get wide guard. Yeah.
So it's
So yeah, pretty cool pick. Genesect. Now Genesect, I didn't want to pick it. It's never been used in competitive battles. Like never. Genesect has never been used in competitive ever since it got released. So that is something to be mindful of. Like, is there a reason why it's never been picked to be in competitive battles? Is it too strong or is it too weak? Which one is it? You know. So, but I mean, to be honest, like the type in is really cool. I like the type in, but that does mean that it's 4 times weak to fire. Its ability is really cool. Download. And it can be special or physical, which is again really cool. So you can be even both if you wanted to go that way, you know. It is pretty frail. That is its downside. That is not the bulkiest of Pokemon. So one hard, like fire type attack will probably take it out.
It will take it out.
Yeah, that's true. It will. He has got a few Pokemon that are 4 times weak, which is something Draco will have to be mindful of. Volcarona being 4 times weak to rock, Zygarde with ice, Cottony with poison, and then Diancie with steel. So he's got to be mindful of that, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Bonferno is a really cool Pokemon. I forgot to mention that. Really cool. But yeah, I like his team. I like it. I'll be excited to see what he does with this team personally.
I'm not looking forward to facing it.
No, neither am I.
Negative say has me worried.
Yeah, it does. Big Dog Dave and his Newcastle Thunderous team. What do you reckon about this one?
Yep. Again, another team I like.
Yep.
Yeah.
I really like it. He's got one of my favourite restricteds, Dialga. Absolutely love that thing. Its typing is super cool. Steel and Dragon. With telepathy or pressure, you can choose which one you want. Telepathy is pretty good with the likes of Lantern being next to you. I think it gets discharged, doesn't it?
I don't think it does.
Does it not? That surprises me. That surprises me. I do like the Carnivine being there with the Levitate ability because the likes of Incineroar, Probopass and Dialga being weak to ground, so you can make some switches there. I really like that. Actually, I really like Probopass. That thing is super bulky. It's kind of like Registeel as well. Like once it gets going, like with iron defenses, it can't be stopped. The only downside to Probopass is that it has not one but two 4 times weaknesses, which is not great to fighting and ground. So that's really not great. But like I said, Carnivine's there to switch in if need be.
I really like this team, and it's probably the first team we've come across that is going to be pure Trick Room.
Yep. It is going to be pure Trick Room. Most of these Pokemon are slow. I think it's Dialga and Lele that are the fastest. Actually, Lele is a great pick on his end as well because it has Psychic Surge, which of course you're not going to be able. You're going to be able to get Trick Room up without being fake out. So that's something that's really good.
All you have to worry about is those taunts.
Yes, yeah.
Something.
Yeah, exactly. Runerigus is really cool as a Trick Room Pokemon setter, and Dialga. I think they're the two that sets Trick Room. Yeah. So really good Trick Room setters. I mean, he has got Tailwind with Suicune if he wants to go that way. But yeah, I really like this team. I think it's like super good. He's got his mascot Incineroar. He loves that thing so much, and who can blame him? Incineroar's so good. He's got Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn's really good. very steel type is like one of the best types I think in the format, and Ferrothorn is a very strong steel type.
Yeah.
Its only downfall is the 4 times fire weakness.
Yeah, but that said, he's got a great core around it in Suicune and Incineroar.
He has, yeah, like he can always just switch Suicune in, or Incineroar, and Suicune has enough focus. Let's not forget, so it can't be faked out. And let's not forget that Drampa has Cloud 9, so he can stop that weather from
Like,
Groudon, Kyogre. So
yeah, I see this team as a late game Tailwind setup.
yeah,
Like if it survives an early game
yeah,
Tailwind by getting Trick Room up and then does late game Tailwind for itself, I see this team as being definitely a hard hitting team to get past.
it's a very bulky team, like very bulky. Most of these Pokemon are not frail at all. Like Tapu, well, I think Tapu Lele is probably the most frail, but the rest of them are like pretty damn bulky. Mega Sableye, good pick for a Mega. Sableye is pretty cool. Gets Magic Bounce, so you can't taunt it. You can't actually you can't fake it out as well. You can't.
Any status on it.
Yeah, exactly, and it can fake out as well. So pretty cool pick. I like that pick. Yeah. I'm actually a bit scared of this team because my team's predominantly fast, and yeah, it does not like Trick Room. So I'm gonna have to be mindful of Dave's team for sure. I actually don't know much about Carnivine. I'll be honest. I don't know much about that Pokemon. The only thing I can comment on is its ability and type, of course.
And it gets Rage Powder. I don't know how. Don't know
Oh,
why.
does it? Okay, there you go. Redirection then. He's got redirection as well. So yeah, solid team. Really solid team. I like it. Next is the Tyranitar Tyrants. This is... Whose team is this?
Silvers.
Silver's. Sorry, Silver. Yeah. This is Silver's team. What do you think?
I don't know what to think.
I mean, there's 5 Pokemon there that I'm terrified of. No, 6. 6 Pokemon that I'm terrified of. Whereas the other 4, I'm not terrified of at all. It's kind of weird. It's a kind of weird team. Like the Mega Gengar and Calyrex Shadow are, of course, you're like, oh my god. Like, those two are scary as hell. Especially the Shadow Rider. Because if you can't outspeed that thing, it's going to hit you so damn hard. And if you haven't got a wide guard user, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble, you know. Urshifu, single strike as well. So not only has he got like a great ghost type, 2 great good ghost types, he's got one of the best dark types to counter them with Urshifu single strike.
Yeah. And this is where if you've got a counter on your side, this is where it works out well, because taking away those really strong sucker punches from hitting your Gengar or hitting your Calyrex Shadow, that thing's just going to stick around for a bit longer.
Yep, very much so. Cinderace, really good pick. You know, we all know what Cinderace can do. Registeel, we all know what Registeel can do from my season last time. Yeah, Registeel is a big fat pain. If you allow it to get a single iron defense up, it's going to just cause issues for you. You've either got to hit it with a fighting type or fire. Or ground, sorry. But he's got a reliable Tailwind setter with Crobat and Trick Room. Oh, actually, Calyrex Shadow can do Trick Room, can't it? And Gengar.
And the Executive.
Oh yeah, of course. So he's got 3 Trick Room setters there if he wants to go down that route.
To be fair, 2 of them wouldn't be looking to set up Trick Room in Gengar and the Calyrex Shadow.
Yeah.
Fastest one's going.
Yeah, exactly. You don't really want to set Trick Room up with those 2. Toxapex, I'm really not sure why he picked it. I don't know if there's a reason. Personally, I don't like Toxapex in doubles. really great in singles, but I don't rate it in doubles. But yeah, maybe he's got a plan for Toxapex. I'm not sure. Actually, going back to Crobat, its abilities. So it's inner focus. You can't fake it out. So it's going to get that tailwind no matter what. And if you want to try and be clever and get a substitute up, you can't do that because Infiltrator will just go straight through that. So it's something to be mindful of. Altaria, he might have picked it just for the Cloud9. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of weather flying around in this.
There is, yeah. So it's a pretty good pick, to be honest, because weather is everywhere. Golem, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure with the Golem.
Wide guard. I don't know what else.
Oh, does it get wide guard?
It does.
Oh, okay, maybe that's why. Okay. And then Octillery. You love Octillery.
It's a good trick room one.
It is. It really is. And, you know, good abilities. Moody, Sniper.
Yeah.
Really good abilities.
He's absolutely got this. His team is in two halves. It's the slow half, and then there's the fast.
The fast half, yeah, very much so. Yeah, and it's quite difficult because you're gonna be wondering like, is he gonna go with the slow or the fast mode? Because I actually don't know. I need to ask Matt this. Do we have to bring our legendary and mega?
I don't think we have to bring in them though. I mean,
that's what I mean. Like, if he wants to, he could just leave his mega and legendary. You know, he can just come with his slow team. But solid team. It'll be interesting to see what he does with it. And it's kind of like a flip of the coin, really. I find with this team. Like, is he going to come with the fast mode or the slow mode? And if he comes with either, and you've gone with the counter, then it's good for you. But if it's the other way, then you're in trouble.
You'll be having an uphill battle before you first match.
Most definitely. The one worrying thing is the 4 times weakness again with this team. The Calyrex Shadow with the 4 times weakness to Dark and Ghost. Has to be mindful of that.
I don't like there's no fake out in this team, but then again, it's got 1-1 within a focus and 2 ghost types.
Yeah, that's true. So he doesn't really have to worry about being faked out. Yeah. The 4 times weakness as well with Urshifu, of course, Fairy. Executor with Ice and Altaria, and then Golem with 2 4 times weaknesses as well. So something to be mindful of, I think, on Silver's end when he's going up against his opponents. Like, if this was my team, I would be very wary of leading the Shadow Rider or Mega Gengar against a Dark type. You know,
with this team, I probably would have drafted Serena or Bruxish just to stop those priorities.
Yeah, that's very true.
Either the Mega or the Legendary.
Yeah, very much so, because the priority moves are going to be quite an issue for him. Yeah.
I think that's the only thing it's really missing, but...
Yeah. Okay. Last but not least is Matt and Wio's team. We have our first team that's got 2 coaches instead of 1. I love this team. What do you think about this team?
I love this team.
Yeah, I really love it.
It is pure Trick Room.
Yeah.
He's got all the tools in the world to get Trick Room up. So
yeah.
Very good team here. Very good team. Literally, there's only one thing I could suggest for this team, and that would be getting a speed swap on.
Yeah, that would be good.
Operate outside of Trick Room, but that's all I mean. It's a really good, strong team.
Yeah.
Something I'm not looking forward to facing.
No, neither am I. It's a scary team. It is a scary team. He's got the Prankstorm on there with Sableye. Good Prankstorm on, so he can get the sun up if he wants to with Sableye. Or the rain, might I add. So he's got 2 modes of weather if he wants to go down that route. Which he probably will because of the Mega Swampert being Swift Swim. Great pick. And then he's got the Trick Room with Hatterene and Lunala, the 2 setters there. He doesn't have redirection, does he?
No.
No. Okay, so that maybe that's one thing I would maybe criticize because Hatterene wants redirection to get that trick room up.
Mm.
But if he
It,
can, oh, I mean, he's got Fake Out though. He's got
it,
Sableye and he's got Serena.
to be fair, he's got Serena, so
Yeah, yeah,
you're not going to flinch that Hatterene and you can't taunt it.
yeah. That's very true. So you either have to hit it very hard to get it down, or if it's Focus Sash, double into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've got the tools there to stop people from them getting Trick Room up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this team, if I think it's missing Psychic Terrain.
Yeah.
But by the time they got round to getting Psychic Terrain, they were all gone.
They're all gone. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And it's missing a speed swap one. Like,
Yeah.
there's a few speed swaps still in there.
Mhm.
Might be worth having a look at.
Yeah.
The only mon I think sitting slightly out of place in the team is Bolton.
Bolton.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah, but it's just probably a bit too fast.
I suppose it is a little bit out of place, but then I suppose with Melmetal, because of its high attack stat, they might have been thinking that the competitive ability might be good for those intimidators to be put off.
Yeah.
I think it does actually get some pretty cool moves. It does get Charm and Eerie Impulse. Yeah, Eerie Impulse, which are pretty cool. I don't know. I think that's probably their thought process on Bolton there to stop any intimidators coming for Serena or Melmetal. Volcanion, I really love. Oh yeah, Volcanion is actually physical as well. Let's not forget. Oh no, special. Oh no, both. Bit of both. But yeah, really cool pick. I was actually toying with the idea to pick Volcanion over Rotom Heat, and I actually kind of wish that I did. Because Volcanion's got a cool ability, Water Absorb, which of course is going to be troublesome for the water types that are going to want to do damage, like your Kyogre, for example. And then, of course, Politoed actually gets it as well. So, but no, I really like this team. Kangaskhan with Inner Focus is always good, and I really love Lunala as a restricted Pokemon. If you stick a Power Herb on that thing and do a Meteor Beam, you're taking out most Mons. And it's surprisingly bulky, actually. Surprisingly bulky. But yeah, I really like their team. I really like it. I'm a bit terrified of it. Melmetal's scary in particular. And the Lunala is a bit scary as well. With the Electros, I have no idea what that thing does, so I'm going to have to do a bit of research.
Absolutely drafted because it's got no weaknesses.
What, Electros?
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't got a single weakness. I couldn't believe that when I forgot who told me, and I was like, what? Are you serious? Not a single weakness.
Well, there's Mold Breaker.
Yeah.
Anyone's got any Mold Breaker mons in this?
No, I don't think so. I think someone has Salamence. Yeah, someone has Salamence, which gets Mold Breaker. Or does it? Does it? Does it not? Am I thinking of something else there completely? Probably. But yeah, cool team. I really like this team. I'm actually really looking forward to going up against Matt and Weo. One thing I suppose they have to be mindful of is the 4x weakness with Lunala, Ghost and Dark, and then Swampert with Grass. But to be honest, with Lunala, like most Ghost and Dark type moves are priority, so that's where Serena comes in. So, but yeah, really cool team. That is everyone's team. That is the last. Crizz, I want to thank you for joining. And oh no, sorry, I forgot to do this. Forgot to do the old. Sorry, if you can hear that bike outside the window. We asked all the teams in the BPL, well, most of the teams in the BPL, to get back to us who they think is the top teams in the league, and this is the top 5. Chris, we've got our work cut out for us because apparently me and you are the top two. I mean, I suppose I set that bar, don't I? If I win the season 2, and you being the in the final as well. We
All this because you said, "Oh, he's going to win the whole thing outright." Now I've got another season of pressure.
yeah, very much so, very much so. So yeah, me on the top there, yourself on second. Silly's Long Island Goomies team. I can understand why with that Xerneas and Mega Salamence in the team, super strong. The Wobbuffet Ninjas, as we just did in 4, I can understand why as well with those guys. A very solid team that's got very format 10 sort of Pokemon that fit into this format, I think I didn't mention that about their team, but most of their Pokemon are very format 10 orientated. And then in 5th place is the Swindon Rookadies. Draco is. I can't remember his team. What was his team? Swindon Rookadies is this team. Yeah, this is Swindon Rookadies. Yeah, I can see why most people are quite scared of this team because of the Yveltal, Mega Diancie, of course, and then the Genesect. And then some really good Pokemon that can do a lot of different things. Like if you look on the move sort of list down there and what Pokemons can do those moves, there are a lot of his Pokemons that can do a lot of things, So I can understand why. But that is all from us. Crizzle, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me, Aaron.
Yeah, no worries, dude. We will see each other, I'm sure, in the league at some point.
Yeah.
I'm a bit scared of the ogres.
Silly.
Yep. Good luck in your first week. Yeah, I am against Omar, so I'm going to have to do some prep.
Yeah. Cool.
No.
Well, best of luck in the league. And
you too, sir. No, thank you very much. And thank you guys for watching all the way through, if you did watch all the way through.